round one. This is a nice keep, actually. Good looking hand. All right, well, human deck at the moment, which is cool. Gnarlwood Dryad, I see. So Gnarlwood Dryad can actually attack into Primal Druid, but so can Stoic Builder, and it makes better use of mana, and we don't need its triggered ability anymore, so I think we'll just jam the... Although Gnarlwood... Well, we can still Gnarlwood Dryad Rabid Bite next turn if we had to for some reason, so let's just jam a Stoic Builder and pass. I'm not even going to attack into the Primal Druid. This turn I won't. All right, pretty clear emerge strategy from our opponent here. Ah, Blood Mist. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, kind of want to do Survivalist first, just in case I can give it Trample. If I do Blood Mist, I can attack with Stoic Builder now. Seems fine. If I play the Survivalist, I set up for a Blood Mist. A little bit better. But I can get in for 4 points of damage now. My opponent probably just blocks with Primal Druid, or maybe they actually take 4, I don't know. Huh. I wouldn't mind starting the pressure now, I guess. And then following up with Survivalist plus Gnarlwood next turn. I think we'll go Survivalist. I think it makes more sense. I don't know why my stack thing keeps going down to that bottom right-hand side of the screen. All right, we'll wait again. All right, so we can eat the Thornhide Wolves with the backwoods, or with the Gnarlwood Dryad Rabid Bite. So we'll probably do that. Yeah, we can actually punish opponent pretty good for that attack too, which is nice. Ooh, I think we get to do everything we want, right? We get to go Dryad, eat Thornhide Wolf, plus Captive too, which is sweet. But for now we get to punish that attack by my opponent, which is sweet. Let's see if they're 3 colors. Nope. All right. And we'll drop the Captive and a land. We can flip the Captive, but we really want to jam this Blood Mist now. This is a good time to do it. Okay. All right, so that'll let us flip the Captive, but this turn I think we're going to jam the Blood Mist. And I guess just... Yeah, I guess we just swing with the Survivalist. Like, I could swing with Like I could give it to Stoic Builder maybe, or actually I could give it to Captain and swing with everything. What does that do? So it gives this double strike. It allows my opponent to double block the Survivalist. Might actually not be that bad of an idea, because then next turn I'm going to play the land this turn, so then I could flip Captive if I draw another land. Let's see. So I give Blood Mist to Captain, I swing with everything. How does my opponent block? My opponent blocks maybe Tangle Claw on Stoic Builder, which will just be a 3/4. Eldrazi on Survivalist. Alright, that alone is already bad for me. I guess we just have to attack with Survivalist here. I actually don't mind attacking with Gnarlwood Dryad either. But if my opponent flips this, I want to be able to kill it. So I think we just do Survivalist. Okay. This is actually a fine trade for us, too. Yeah, in fact, they don't even want to do it. Because I could actually first strike... I can first strike kill the Horror. Yeah, this doesn't even work. This is where Blood Mist is so ridiculous. My opponent doesn't know how this block works. I kill the Horror, and then I kill the Tangleclaw Wolf, and my guy lives. Oh, I see. Wait a second. So why... That was weird. Why did my opponent think about that? Alright, so we play the land. It still turned out just fine for me, to be honest. Like, I guess I only got a card and a half out of it, but now that we have the Blood Mist, we get to push the pressure. Alright, a Gargoyle of my own. Feels like a good time to flip the Captive, though. Although, actually, maybe we just play Gargoyle, now that I think about it. Because then I can flip it and attack with it the next turn and possibly attack with Captive, too. Alright, so we'll play the Gargoyle and pass. I guess we can actually give Double Strike to Stoic Builder. My opponent can't flip Tangleclaw Werewolf, right? I don't think they can. Pretty sure they can't. Oops. Yeah, it costs 7 to flip, so we'll attack with this. Alright. So opponent got us there. Well, didn't even really get us, right? Okay, that didn't even really get us. Basically, we'd get to eat a Spirit of the Hunt, too. Yeah, that actually... What am I trying to say? This Blood Mist is panning out, is what I'm trying to say. It's good for us. I know Travis doesn't like this card, but... I think it's useful. Hoovenwall Hydra, jeez. There's a good one. It's got reach, too. Good news is our Gargoyle is going to have double strike, so does have that going for it, which is nice. And we can flip our Captive now, too. Alright. So I can flip Captive, but I think we just give Antagonizer double strike and swing with it, because we can kill Hydra. Alright. Alright, that's not really a big deal. That's just a temporary solution to a long-term problem. Uh-oh. More goodies? Ooh, look at that value. Alright, opponent got sick value here. That was a pretty important turn for them there. Drag under plus Lashweed Lurker. They basically had to bounce plus put a card on top. Alright, so we don't need to pay our mana anymore. And this Gnarlwood Dryad is at least holding down the fort fairly effectively. I see. So we'll take it. That eventually is going to become a problem, though. Like, as soon as he pays the mana, I'm going to have to start blocking it, which kind of sucks, but... Alright. So we'll play Gargoyle. I guess we can play Captive now, too. But it's going to make me use 6 mana on my turn. Whereas... if I wait... we'll just play the Captive. Okay, so flip the Fibrous Entangler. Okay. So it must be blocked. So I think we gotta kill the Fibrous Entangler now that he's invested in it. And take the Lurker. Alright. Ooh. Alright, so we can pay for the Gargoyle. Let's see, if my opponent flips this, I can afford to take the Gargoyle plus the Lurker. I just need to be able to block the Hydra. So that's all well and good. So I flip Gargoyle, I attack. My opponent's got a block, so he'll trade a Gargoyle for a Hydra. And then the next turn, I'm going to have to flip my Captive. I'm trying to think if there's something else I can do here. I can also flip my Captive and attack with it. Give it double strike. And that way, it also trades with Hydra. Right? So would I rather have the Flyer? I think so. Because then my opponent has to leave this back and 6 mana up to defend it the next turn. Or my opponent could just chump with Gargoyle if I attack with Captive. But then I can still block with Captain or Gargoyle if I have to. I think it actually makes more sense to pay the 7. I could also pay the 6 and still have aim high, but that's still not enough to get by the pesky Hydra. So I pay the 7, give this double strike and attack. My opponent either trades or chumps with Gargoyle. Either way, I can just block because this doesn't have trample. All right, I think we're going to go for the more expensive transform here because I'd rather trade my Captive than the Gargoyle is basically what it is. So we'll give the Abomination double strike. We'll swing into this. Like I said, we can still block this and not die because we only take 9. Okay, so he is just chumping, which is fine. We can chump with our captain too and still afford to take a Lashweed Lurker. We're going to take 5 here, actually. I want to see what my opponent's follow-up is. Okay. So I have aim high. If I don't quite... I'm 1 mana short of being able to... Oh, wait. Okay, wait a second. What if I tap for 2... aim high, untap this, give this double strike. I think that wins. So we tap for 2. I play aim high on Abomination, so it's 6/8. I flip Gargoyle, give the Gargoyle double strike, and then I think it's just lethal. Okay, assuming my opponent's got nothing. So we do aim high. We do Gargoyle. We give Gargoyle double strike. And we swing with everything. I think that does it. I mean, assuming my opponent had something, we were toast, but it was a difficult situation, you know? Okay, well that worked well. Aim high, coming up huge with a mana ability that we needed. Otherwise, we would have been 1 mana short, I believe. So, that's nice. Okay, so opponent is blue-green. They have the Lurker, which is probably one of the best, if not the best, emerge non-rare. They have flash creatures. I got to be conscious of that. They've got this huge Hydra that I just cannot deal with. Right? I mean, I don't think I have anything for that. Except Blood Mist, which is just insane. Yeah, I don't have anything else. I think that really is it. I didn't see X1s. All right. Let's do it again. No one said this is going to be easy. Also, our Death Touch guy is like a necessity. Well, as much as I'd love to be able to keep this, I can't. I think if it was 1 green, I probably would too, which is crazy. All right, this one I'm going to keep though. This seems fine. All right, we'll bottom that. I may actually want a Vessel first turn to ensure I'm playing my lands in a timely manner, but we'll see. Oh. Huh. All right. We'll play the blocker instead. The Delirium blocker. Ooh, Pacifist. All right, that's an actual insane draw there. What was the Delirium my opponent showed me? I can't recall now. Opponent's got to play a spell here, or they're in big trouble, because Pacifist is not a super fair card. Yeah. Got to do what you got to do. I get it. All right, and we thankfully hit our land drop too, which is sweet. So we're going to flip our Pacifist. And we might just, honestly, we're probably just going to grab a land off this grapple so we can just go Blood Mist right away, because that's going to be sick. Yeah. Once again, Blood Mist. Has our opponent got 2 spells? Does not look like it. All right. So we'll grapple, like I said, probably just grabbing a land, yeah. Well, we got one anyway, but no biggie. The Blood Mist. The man, the legend, the Blood Mist. Ah! Well, at least my opponent doesn't have their Hydra. I guess I should have been paying attention to that. So if I play the Survivalist, I think the Vessel of Nascency is going to get us the Delirium we want. So maybe it's better the mutations on my Butcher. So my opponent has Delirium, so they can get the Hydra back now with the Crop Sigil. And their Gnarlwood Dryad is a bit of a beat stick at this point. Alright, so they're smashing our face now. Because Mutation is a good card. And they have Emerge too, the Lashwood Lurker. My opponent has a sick hand. Definitely. Very, very sick. That was like the exact level of goodies they needed there. So it doesn't matter if our Butcher flips back now, so let's just play the Survivalist plus a Vessel of Nascency. And we'll pass. But I think we're kind of toast now. They got a little bit too good of a first spread there. Got their Delirium early on. Had the mutation, had a Lurker, so they just had the right stuff at the right time. It's not over, but well, now it's probably over. They just had way too many goodies. The goodies never ended, unfortunately. So this is where Blood Mist is really bad. It turned from really good to really bad kind of quickly. And I'm one land short of flipping this, which is just terribly awkward. Terribly, horrifically awkward. So I can crack the Vessel, hoping to find what? Something. What am I hoping to find? An aim high, so I can smash with double strike that I can't even play because I can't afford Blood Mist. Let's just crack the Vessel now. I think we actually have double red, but so Werewolf or It of the Horrid Swarm. Well, It of the Horrid Swarm gives me some time, doesn't it? Werewolf is only decent. We'll do the It of the Horrid Swarm, and we'll get to sack our Survivalist too. So let's get some guys. All right. So obviously the problem now is we're going to have to worry about that Hydra that we can't deal with. But our opponent's only got 5 lands currently, so it's not like busted or anything. Actually, it might be the right idea to just jump here, right? Because then I can Blood Mist and start smashing back. Is that foolish? I don't know, actually. I probably want to trade, actually. I mean, maybe my opponent wants to get that back instead. I don't actually know. We'll see. Okay, so we got the 6th land, so let's go. I guess we can actually do Gargoyle right now and start the beats. It might be a way. I think that's our best way to win. Jeez. It's pretty insane. So we can bring out Root Out now that I've seen Mutation and Sleep Paralysis. And I guess Crop Sigil, but man, that feels bad. That's a feel bad Root Out target. Well, I guess as long as you're getting an Investigate out of it. As long as they can't crack it in response. Okay. Nice. So we'll go Blood Mist, swing with an insect, play Captive. I assume the Lurker's coming back? Actually, no, the Hydra's coming back. All right. Hydra and a land, so they're going to have a 7/7. Which is going to be tough to do anything against. An 8/8, does it ramp? Yeah, it ramps. It puts it in play too. Or is it in your hand? On the battlefield. Wow. All right. Aim high. Well, that would be cool. So I think we might have to just chump the Hydra and go to 2. Okay. Bombardment. Not exactly what I'm looking for on this board. I'm running low on time too. I'm trying to think if it's just worth it to concede this. I used too much time in game 1. Like, I'm pretty sure I can't win now. So I might just want to concede. Because I just can't beat the Hydra. There's just nothing I can do. And I'm low on time. So it kind of makes sense. I think I just concede. I'm too low on time. And like I said, I just can't win. I got too far behind. I just need to make sure I have enough time to make thoughtful decisions in game 3. So we'll take the Root out. I think that card's actually going to be valuable. I could do it over a Prey Upon, I guess. Just because Prey Upon doesn't look great in this matchup. He's either got fatties or things that give value when they're killed anyway, so Prey Upon seems worse. But Root Out at least deals with Sleep Paralysis and I guess Crop Sigil, sort of. Alright. Like, yeah, the only way we're beating Hydra is if we have Blood Mist and Fatties. Otherwise, we're just not going to be able to beat that card. Which is sad, but that's the way it is. This hand has got to be a keep. I mean, we need some lands, but if we get lands, this hand's good. All right, playing Bob Manley. I want to get this True Fate sensor online. All right. If I get a land, True Fate's pretty good against that. All right, very good. So we'll start the beats. Four Vigilance, nothing to scoff at. Okay. That's a good draw. That is a good draw. Double Strike Vigilance, nothing. Nothing they can do about that. All right, getting the card out of it. So we want to play the Survivalist over the Devil because True Fate sensor on that's going to be a monster. Okay. Just chump blocking for a while. I can tolerate that. All right. So we'll play the Survivalist. Pass. Oh, that's too bad for us. All right. So we'll equip the Survivalist and swing with it. Although I guess I can just swing with the Builder instead. The problem is once this flips, must be blocked if able. Well, stupid Uvenwald Hydra. Well, I guess we saw Blood Mist all 3 games, so it's kind of fair. So the thing is, if I equip the Survivalist, I can single block this if he flips it, which he can. And then, of course, the problem is I'm low on time, first and foremost, but I might use Root Out to destroy his clue so I can crack a clue. As awkward as that is, it makes use of my mana right now. I think we do it. I don't like it, but we basically need some high pressure right now. I mean, I'll happily trade this for a Hydra too. All right. So now we'll root out his clue. Which seems sort of like a waste, but it lets us investigate instead. Basically, I'm going to have my mana occupied. So if I draw a land, I'd like to be able to crack a clue and do something. All right. It's a bummer. Land? Man, land there would have been so good. Land there would have been so good. Such an important land draw that we missed there. All right. So we play the Survivalist, we play the Vessel, and we pass. It sucks. It's bad, I know. But we missed the land drop. That was just a key land draw there. Being able to equip up and play a Survivalist would have been just so much better. So I can't even attack with Builder because my opponent can flip the Werewolf. It was just such an important time to draw that land. That's such a bummer. Yeah, I think this is going to be a close match overall, but I basically, like I said, we just couldn't beat Hydra and we had to deal with it all 3 times. We did have the means to deal with it all 3 times in Blood Mist, but Opponent's deck was solid. He just had the right tools at the right time. He could just buy the time and have the right bombs. So it's just tough, man. That is just tough. Jeez. And they have Imprisoned in the Moon too. Like, we're just getting crushed now. We're just getting hammered. Yeah. Bombardment, which does literal nothing. Well, ask for a land. There you go. Guess we have it. If only. If only. Well, Gnarlwood will do it. No cards left in my opponent's hand. Alright. Gnarlwood might be a way to climb back in. No way. The card he top deck is Lashweed Lurker? Decimator? Out of nowhere? Decimator in game 3? Finally makes an appearance? Are you kidding me? Okay, well, alright. There you have it. Jeez. That's absurd. Alright, we'll see you in round 2.